Hi, it's Caitlin, and today I have a massive swatch video of new polishes from Phoenix Indie Polish. So this is the special Christmas collection, which has been out for a bit, and you can pick it up from a whole bunch of different stockists, which I will have linked down in the description. Some of these may still be available, others may not, and if they're not, they will be coming back. As far as I know, these aren't limited edition. They will be restocked in time. And these polishes are inspired by the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which I haven't seen. I think I saw the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie and I remember it made me cry. So there's so many beautiful polishes that I've got. There's like 18 of them. There's magnetics, there's hollow, there's tons of shimmer, and there's just pretty much something for everybody. I love all the colors, and I'm kind of excited to show you, so let's just do it. Okay, let's start off with Bachelorette. This one is, wow. It's a stunning, vibrant coral jelly base with a turquoise blue purple aurora shimmer. So this one is incredible. It has an amazing formula. It builds up really, really nicely. It has really good coverage, and the shimmer in this one is so bright. So I was actually really happy with this in 2 coats. I think depending on your polishing style and your nail length, you might want 3, but there's honestly so much shimmer in here, it will probably distract from anyone's visible nail line. This polish kind of has like a really coral look to it under direct lighting, but then at extreme angles, as you're going to see, it practically becomes a hot pink. This one is truly special, and I think the name's really cute. I haven't seen this holiday special, but this collection is so colorful and vibrant that it's making me want to. So you can see what I mean about that extreme shift, and then you get the purple shift in the shimmer as well. This one is just a pink lover's dream. And next up is You Can't Just Kill People. And this one is another pink. Yay, because I love pinks. And this one is a vibrant pink jelly base with pink to orange aurora shimmer. This one has an amazing formula. It actually covered really, really nicely, even on the first coat, but obviously 2 coats will deepen everything up. But I think most people will be happy with this one in 2 coats because it's super opaque once you put that second coat on. This dries down pretty glossy, but obviously the instant you add the glossy top coat, it just takes everything to another level. I am using the Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat, as I pretty much always do. And this is so bright. It's a very saturated color, but I didn't experience any issues with staining. It's just super glowy. Hopefully you can tell from the images, but this one is another pink lover's dream. It's definitely a richer, deeper, brighter pink than the previous one. This is like my favorite kind of pink. Here we have Fyandu. And this one is a really, really pretty bright green base with violet to red shimmer. So this one has an absolutely beautiful formula and really, really beautiful shimmer, as you are going to see in a second. This one, while it is sheer, it builds up really easily and really quickly. It's just incredible. And this one's also way shiftier than you might anticipate. So can't wait for you to see all of the color shifts in this one. This is a polish I'd probably leave in 2 coats if I was planning on wearing it just out and about, but for the sake of swatching, I thought everyone would be interested in seeing it in 3 coats. It definitely deepens up the green and covers pretty much all of my free edge. This one does dry down a little bit more dull than the last 2, so you definitely want a good glossy top coat. And right off the bat, I love the contrast of the green and that purpley kind of shimmer. It is so pretty and unexpected. You get like a pink and then almost like an orangey and a red at extreme angles. This has a beautiful finish to it. It's like a really almost pearly, smooth finish, and I just love how fine the shimmer is in this one. Next up we have Reindeer Groot, and this one is really sophisticated and beautiful. It's a taupe base with red to golden shimmer. This definitely starts out sheer, but it does build up quite nicely. The shimmer in this one is just so pretty. This is a really, like I said, sophisticated shade. I don't often wear polishes like this, but I feel like I should more because every time I put them on, I feel just a little extra classy. So this one is just a dream to work with. It goes on like butter. I really, really love the Phoenix brush. It's very tight and dense, but not thick. It's just a dream to work with, and I love the formula of their polishes, and the brush just makes it even easier to work with. So again, this dries down pretty glossy, but top coat obviously makes everything better. And you can probably already tell just how intense the shimmer in this one is. It is so pretty. It's really shifty, and I just kind of love neutrals like this when they've got a punch of shimmer. It works out so well, and it's just really fun. So it's not like a boring taupe. It's got this incredible shift to it. Again, very finely milled shimmer, so it integrates really, really nicely. Next, we have a purple, which I love my purple, so I was super excited to see this one. This one's called Raise Your Hands, and I love this one so much. I love a lot of these polishes. This one is a violet base with violet to red Aurora shimmer. Again, similar formula. It has really finely milled shimmer in it, which just creates like not really pearly. I don't know if pearly is the right word, but it just like looks really well integrated and just creates a really beautiful finish. It's very smooth looking. I think smooth is a good word to describe it. And this one has a really good formula. I was happy with it in 2 coats. I thought it covered really well in 2. You might need 3. And I don't think I even need to say it, but none of these polishes will be difficult to remove. And I actually find that the Phoenix formula wears quite well on me. It wears well on my mom too. She's wearing one of their HHC polishes right now, and it's like a dark purple. She's just loving it on her nails. So this one, as you can see, the shimmer at extreme angles really pops out. It just creates a really glowy finish, and it's very luminous. I love this one. Here we have another kind of classy shade. This one is for Peter. I'm going to get raked over the coals for this one again, which just actually really annoys me when people say that I'm pronouncing mauve wrong, because there's a British pronunciation, which is what most Canadians pronounce it as, which is mauve. And then I understand that most or many Americans pronounce it mauve, but I grew up and was raised to say mauve. So please be respectful in your comments about my pronunciation. And this one has green to blue to purple Aurora shimmer. This one, again, fantastic formula. I think it's best built up in 3 coats. It does have a sheer formula. on my skin tone, it's almost like a nude nail with a pop of green and blue shimmer to it. It's so pretty. It's very shifty, as you're going to see. The shimmer in this one is a little bit of a larger particle size, so I feel like it gives more of a sparkly effect instead of that really integrated pearly smooth finish that I was talking about earlier. And I love the contrast of the base color and the shimmer here. It works so well, so pretty. I dare say if you needed sort of a work appropriate shade, this maybe could be one depending on your skin tone and where you work, but I love that electric sort of purple shift you get at extreme angles. I'm another fan of this polish. I love so many of these polishes. Next up we have Delicious Treat, and I really like the name of that one because I love delicious treats. This one's a lavender tinted base with golden iridescent shimmer and hollow micro flakes. So this one has a really very sparkly formula, super shimmery as well with that golden shimmer. And the hollow that Phoenix uses is very high quality. I really appreciate that. It's very rainbowy and not silvery. So this has such an intense shimmer and holographic effect that I don't think I can see my nail line, but even if I tried to look, I don't think I'd find it because the shimmer is so intense. This will not be difficult to remove. I didn't experience any issues with staining. The hollow is really tiny, so it's very smooth. It's not like a big glitter or anything. And you'll be able to see here that the shimmer in this one is really intense. So if you like a strong gold shift, you'll love this one. Unfortunately, there wasn't any sun when I was swatching, but there's a ton of hollow in this that it twinkles in pretty much any glimmer of light that you get. Here we have We Love You Kevin Bacon, and this one is another beautiful hollow polish. This one is silver hollow flakes with red to golden aurora shimmer in what appears to be a clear base. So I think this one, you could definitely use it as a topper, but I personally liked it built up on its own. So that's what I'm showing here. Again, very high quality hollow pigment being used. The hollow flakes are ridiculously rainbowy and prismatic. It's my favorite kind of hollow, and this one has so much shimmer in it that it kind of distracts from any visible nail line as well, though you might need 3 coats if you wanted to wear it on its own and you had more of a free edge than I do. So here you can see the rainbowiness of the hollow and that beautiful fiery aurora shimmer. Very golden, very red, very orangey at extreme angles. It's super pretty, and yeah, it's just a really beautiful polish. Next up we have Here It Is Christmas Time. And this one is a violet base packed with iridescent and hollow micro flakies. This is the kind of polish that I will never get tired of. I love this kind of base color. It's super pretty and it works really well with the reddy orange color shift that you get in the iridescent flakes. And of course, again, we have that nice high quality rainbowy micro flake, which really captures the light beautifully. And I apologize if I sound like I'm super half dead. I have no idea what's happening to me. I think my body has decided to rebel against me. I just don't even know. I'm in pain everywhere. I didn't do anything, and my chest burns when I breathe. So who knows what that is? But let's hope it goes away soon. So this here, you can see the beautiful shift to those iridescent flakes. They really capture the light, and they kind of go green at really extreme angles. This one on my skin tone is like almost a neutral in certain lighting, so it's just really, really interesting, really pretty, and really squishy too when you get the top coat on. Here we have from Cosmo the Space Dog. This one is a cornflower blue with red to gold to green Aurora shimmer and hollow microflakes. So this one is a color combo that I never really get tired of. I love that really pretty cornflowery blue base and then the red pinky shimmer. It just works really well, and of course I will never be tired of rainbowy hollow microflakes. They're one of my favorite nail polish elements. These ones are super tiny, and again, they capture the light really nicely. Very high quality, very rainbowy, not really silvery. So I really, really appreciate that. And this one I think is best when you build it up in 3 coats. It's very jelly-like and squishy, but when you put the top coat on, everything comes together and it just looks so good and juicy and pretty and glossy. So here you can see it with the top coat dried down, and that shimmer is super strong and intense. It really captures the light. You get a bit of orange at extreme angles. It just works beautifully with the base color, and I honestly wish there was sun, but I think we're going to have another super dark, depressing winter, so there won't be much of that for my upcoming videos, but you know, it's still a beautiful polish even when you can't see the hollow. This one is called More, and it's a teal jelly base with blue to purple Aurora shimmer. This one, again, really good formula. The shimmer particle in this one is bigger than some of those really finely milled ones that we saw earlier, but it adds to the sort of sparkly effect that you get from the shimmer. It's really interesting. The base color and the shimmer work really nicely together, and it just has a very alien-esque quality to it. This is one that you might be able to leave in 2 coats depending on your nail length and polishing style, but when I saw it dried down, I kind of thought, I think that needs a 3rd coat. So I added a 3rd coat, and it didn't ruin anything. So probably 3 coats is the way to go with this one. You'll end up with pretty much total opacity in 3 coats. I will recommend a good glossy top coat on this one. It just enhances the sparkle of the shimmer and integrates everything into the polish. It just looks so good and squishy again. I like the Phoenix formula. It does often have sort of a squishy factor to it. So, especially when it comes to their shimmers and hollows, I really like that. So the purple here is a bit shy, but it comes out at the extreme angles. You can really see it then. It's just such a pretty contrast. Here we have Something Special, which is a blackened base with violet to red shimmer and micro flakies. So this is a really interesting one. I thought it was going to be like a multi-chrome for some reason, but I guess it's not, because it's just a blackened base with a color shifting shimmer in it and then the micro hollow flakes. So it's a really pretty effect. Again, it's like primarily purple, so it's right at my alley. And when you apply 2 coats, it deepens up, and I think most people will be happy with the opacity in 2 coats. So the hollow looks like it's got a tiny bit of texture, but that's really at the macro level where you're seeing it through my camera lens, which picks up everything. It smooths out completely with 1 layer of top coat. It's not difficult to remove, and it's not thirsty by any stretch of the imagination. So here you can see once again, the hollow is super rainbowy. You get that shift to red at extreme angles. And this one is just a really, really pretty polish. Kind of unique. I don't see polishes that look like this super often. And I am very happy that Phoenix created this one. It is definitely something special. And here we have Candy Cane. This one is a chrome explosion of silver hollow flakes and red metallic flakes in a clear base. So this one, you could probably wear it as a topper, but I saw it in the bottle and was like, I want to build this up so badly on its own. That's what I did. It's really easy to build this one up in 3 coats. And again, the hollow is very, very strong in this one. The red flakes are flakes rather than glitter, so it won't be difficult to remove and it won't be very top coat thirsty. It's smoothed out completely with 1 layer of top coat. And you might be able to leave it at 2 coats, like if you have short fingernails like I do, but probably you'll want 3 coats just to get everything up to full opacity, and of course add as much hollow and red flake as possible to get like a candy cane explosion on your nails. So this will dry down, like I said, with a tiny bit of texture. It's not going to be top coat thirsty. 1 layer will smooth everything out. It won't be difficult to remove. And it just gives you the super fun effect on your nail. I imagine this would be absolutely dazzling in sunlight, but it looks good in any lighting anyway, and it's very, very Christmassy. Here we got a picture with the God of War. This one is a red to olive magnetic ultra chrome pigment in a moody green base with red to green chunky iridescent flakes. And I just realized now that it's magnetic, but I didn't magnetize it, so oops. I don't think I have the physical ability to re-swatch this, so we're just going to look at it without the magnet applied. I actually really, really like this polish as it was, so I imagine if you applied the magnet to it, you would really see those chunky iridescent flakes even more. But this way they kind of just hide under this murky base, and it's a really cool effect. So it has a really good formula. I was happy with it in 2 coats. Of course, maybe if you were using it as a magnetic polish, you might need 3, but I can't speak for that because I didn't read the instructions. Anyway, I recommend a good glossy top coat with this one. It does smooth everything out. Because of those chunky iridescent flakes, it won't be difficult to remove, but they are very chunky. So you can see them here, and you can see how shifty this is. If you're a green lover, you're going to freak out for this one because it really is incredible. It's super, super shifty. And it is an ultra chrome pigment, which explains why it's so shifty. And here we have for Rocket. This one is a magnetic, and I did notice that when I was applying it. So here you can see I have the magnet under my finger. It's just the lazy way and easy way to do it. I think maybe it's a Holo Taco magnet. I think it's either Holo Taco or KB Shimmer magnet. And this one has really good coverage on the first coat, but of course 2 is going to give you much better coverage. And it's got this beautiful blackened purple base with a beautiful like shifty pink to many different colors, as you're going to see magnetic stripe. I have a feeling this is also an ultra chrome kind of pigment because it's very, very shifty. these magnetic polishes from Phoenix, when you apply top coat, just look so glossy and juicy. I love that effect with nail polish. So here you can see I applied the magnet in a whole bunch of different ways, and then on my pinky I actually didn't apply the magnet at all. And the bonus is that these polishes look amazing even without the magnet applied. So you can see at extreme angles you get this like lime green and burgundy base. It's so interesting and beautiful. This one has so many shifts to it. I was completely fascinated. And here we have, I don't know what Christmas is. This one is a magnetic multichrome that is turquoise, blue, and purple, and it shifts in a red to green aurora background. I also kind of just like discovered a really cool way of applying polish with a magnet where you put it parallel under the nail. It creates this really interesting vertical stripe. This polish has a fantastic formula. It's totally opaque in 2 coats. It had amazing coverage even in 1. And then on my middle finger here, you're seeing that sort of velvet style magnet use where the magnet under my index finger is kind of hitting it from the side, so you're getting a really pretty effect. The contrast with the magnetic effect and the base in this one is unreal. I've never really seen a magnetic polish like this, and I was absolutely mesmerized. So here you can see it in 2 coats plus top coat. And now you're going to see it in all of its shifty glory. This is incredible. Again, I didn't apply the magnet on my pinky, so that's how it would look without the magnet applied. It's like hot pink at an extreme angle. I've never seen a magnetic polish do that. I was enthralled by this one. I absolutely love it. Can't get enough of it. And yeah, way to go, Phoenix, for creating this. It's so beautiful. And here we have Get Over the Zarg Nuts. This one is a really interesting polish. It's a red cherry jelly base with red to golden iridescent chunky flakes and then blue galaxy glitter. This one is super squishy and interesting. I love polishes like this. I love the contrast of red and blue. So this polish definitely nails that combination. And this one you can kind of choose how you want to leave it. You could probably leave it in 2 if you have short nails like I do. But I also think there's a benefit in building it up to 3 coats, which I will show you. This one will be a little bit difficult to remove because of those blue galaxy glitters, but not too difficult. If you want, you can use a peel-off base, and I do recommend a glitter grabber plus a quick dry top coat just to get it super glossy and smooth, especially with it being a cherry jelly base. You want it to look as much like a juicy, squishy cherry as much as possible. Oh, my space heater just turned on, which is probably going to be annoying in the background, so I will turn it off. So here it is with the top coat. You can just see how squishy and juicy it is. You can see the iridescent flakes swimming in there. The blue galaxy glitter is super sparkly, and it's just a beautiful nail polish. Last but not least, we have the greatest Christmas gift, and this one's a brown jelly base packed with iridescent emerald flakes and red micro flakes. This one's really interesting, and immediately it made me think of the Grinch. I think it's just the shade of green with the little hint of red, maybe the brown brownie base. I don't know. It also kind of reminded me of a Christmas wreath. So a lot of Christmassy vibes coming off this one. This is one that definitely you want to build it up in 3 coats. I can see potentially even needing a 4th if you paint really, really thin coats, but it builds up easily, it dries quickly, it's super, super easy to work with. It's just about the preference of how deep you want that base. But I love the flakes in here. I love these kinds of flakes. They stand out so nicely and are so luminous. So I didn't really do a full 4th coat. I just kind of dabbed on at the tip where I missed. And this one does have a tiny bit of texture from the flakes, but it'll smooth out with 1 layer of top coat and it won't be difficult to remove. It's just such an interesting, beautiful polish. And while it is definitely giving Christmas, I don't think it's like explicitly Christmas. So definitely a good option for anyone who loves brown polishes, which I love to see a brown polish, and those greeny aqua flakes are just so interesting. Now, picking favorites for this collection or like standouts is really hard because there's so many that I love, but immediately I have to say that I Don't Know What Christmas is like the most ridiculous magnetic I've ever seen. I love the color shifts. I've never seen a magnetic go to like hot pink. Maybe it's a hot magenta, but it's incredible and I love it so much. And obviously I love pinks, so You Can't Just Kill People is a really pretty pink. It just made me happy when I had it on my nails, which is kind of like a silly thing to say, but I obviously have a lot of nail polish that I've tried, and I'm so picky when it comes to pinks, even though it's my favorite color. But that one immediately, it like put me at ease and I just loved the way it looked. So also the name is hilarious. And I was super, super impressed with Fyandu. Apologies if that's not how you pronounce it, but the green had such a beautiful, smooth, pearlescent finish to it, and the shimmer was gorgeous and so beautifully integrated. So it just really stood out to me as something special. Let me know in the comments what you think about these polishes. Let me know if you've already picked them up or if you want to now. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.